Number 7 in the entire world, industry-wise. Driving with John is coming through! Hey, welcome to Driving with John. So today I wanted to talk about some things that, truckers might not know, regular people may not know about trucking, and it's kind of informational. So here you go. I'm gonna give you 5 things that you probably don't know about trucking. Now, if you're a truck driver, some of these are gonna be like duh, but you got to remember I'm talking to people that aren't always in trucking. But there are some things that even if you are a trucker, you may be surprised by. So make sure you stay tuned. All right. So the number 5 thing, because we're going to count down from 5 to 1. Number 5 thing is different types of truck driving. There are basically 4 of them that I could think of off the top of my head. Obviously, you have local, you have regional, you have over the road, and you have dedicated. Those are the 4 I could think of real quickly off the top of my head that a lot of people in general public do not know about. So those are the 4 types of drivers out there. Then you have the number 4 answer. The number 4 answer would be very few companies actually pay hourly. A lot of people don't know this. I know if you're a truck driver, you probably know this. There are a few companies out there that pay hourly. I can think off the top of my head, I know of a couple of them, UPS being one of them. But most trucking companies either pay by the mile or by the load, and some combination thereof. So that's how truck drivers make their money. Number 3, there are 3 different ways to professionally drive a truck. And there are only 3 that I can think of. If you can think of any, put them in the comment section below. But these are the 3 to professionally drive a truck that I could think of. All right. The number 1 is being a company driver. Now, you can be a company driver and paid through W-2 or 1099, but they're still considered a company driver. There's also owner-operators. Now, they're 1099, but they're not considered an employee. And they're leased onto a carrier, which kind of gives you an insight to what number 3 is, being a carrier. So I will say, if you're a carrier, you might want to get used to doing a lot of paperwork and make sure you dot every I and cross every T, because they're really watching out for you guys. So, and then I'll get to the number 2. Number 2 answer would be, there's many different styles of trucking. What I mean by a style normally isn't the truck that's hauling, it's more the trailer. But there are different styles of trucking. There is drive-in, reefer, car hauler, tanker, flatbed, oversized, lowboy, cattle hauler. I mean, there are so many, I could just keep listing, but you kind of get the point. When you're driving down the highway and you see those trailers, if it's got a little refrigerator on it, it's a reefer. If it doesn't, it's probably a drive-in. If it's got vent holes and you can see cows or pigs inside, probably a cattle hauler or a pig hauler, whatever. So on and so forth. The big tubes look like, those are tankers. And then the number 1, this one kind of surprised me a little bit. I did a little bit of research to find out this number 1 because I wanted to surprise people a little bit. Now, we all take for granted what truckers do. Even truckers, we take for granted what we do sometimes. Like, we don't realize our job is what it is. What I mean by that is, when you go to your job and you work every day, you don't realize what you're gambling at your job. Well, I'll tell you what we're gambling as truck drivers. It's the number 7th industry in the entire world in fatalities. Number 7 in the entire world, industry-wise, in fatalities. Just think about that for a second. I mean, you got mining, you got lumberjacks, you got all these, the fishing offshore. All of these things are very dangerous jobs, and yes, they rank higher than trucking, but 7th in the world in fatalities. It's kind of scary. So that was my top 5 of things that you may not know about trucking. If you knew all of them, kudos to you. If you didn't know about them, then I'm glad I could teach you something today. So I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next video. To all my trucking buddies out there, keep your rubber on the road and stay right side up. To everybody else out there, stay safe. See ya.